Every file has a story. Some were never meant to be found. Imagine waking up tomorrow to discover that every library in the world had disappeared. Every university archive, every scientific journal, every historical record, every digital backup, gone. Thousands of years of human knowledge erased forever. Civilizations would lose more than information. They would lose their memory. As impossible as that sounds, something remarkably similar may have happened more than 2,000 years ago. On the Mediterranean coast of ancient Egypt stood a place unlike anything the world had ever seen. It welcomed philosophers, mathematicians, astronomers, physicians, poets, and scholars from every corner of the known world. Its purpose was simple, yet incredibly ambitious: to collect every piece of human knowledge ever written. This was the Library of Alexandria. For centuries, it was considered the greatest center of learning on Earth. Its shelves held works on mathematics, medicine, engineering, astronomy, geography, philosophy, literature, and countless other subjects. People believed that if knowledge existed anywhere in the ancient world, a copy could eventually be found inside this remarkable library. But today, nothing remains. No towering halls, no endless shelves, no complete collection. Only fragments of history, only ancient accounts, and one mystery that continues to fascinate historians today. How did the greatest library in human history disappear? To answer that question, we must begin with the man who changed the ancient world forever. In 331 BC, Alexander the Great arrived in Egypt after defeating the Persian Empire. He founded a new city along the Mediterranean coast and named it Alexandria. Its location was almost perfect. It connected Africa, Asia, and Europe through one of the busiest trade networks of the ancient world. Ships arrived every day carrying gold, spices, papyrus, wine, precious metals, and something even more valuable: ideas. Alexandria quickly became one of the richest cities on Earth. Merchants traded goods, scientists exchanged discoveries, philosophers debated new ideas. Cultures mixed together in ways that had never happened before. After Alexander died, Egypt came under the rule of Ptolemy I. Unlike many kings, Ptolemy believed that true power came not only from military strength. Knowledge was power. If Egypt could become the center of learning, it could become the intellectual capital of the world. That dream inspired one of the greatest projects in human history: a library unlike anything that had ever existed. Not simply a building filled with books, but an institution dedicated to preserving every important idea humanity had ever created. Construction began near the royal palace, inside a place known as the Museon, a community devoted to learning and research. Scholars lived there. They worked together. They discussed mathematics, philosophy, astronomy, medicine, engineering, and literature. It was something surprisingly similar to a modern university. The library continued to grow year after year. Kings sent agents across the Mediterranean searching for rare manuscripts. Books were purchased whenever possible. Sometimes entire private collections were acquired. According to several ancient sources, ships entering Alexandria's harbor were inspected for written works. If a valuable manuscript was found, It was copied by professional scribes. The original was sometimes kept inside the library, while the owner received a carefully made copy. Whether every story is completely accurate remains uncertain, but it shows how determined the rulers of Alexandria were to gather knowledge from every civilization they could reach. No one knows exactly how many scrolls the library contained. Ancient writers gave different estimates. Some suggested 400,000 scrolls. Others believed the collection eventually exceeded 700,000. Whatever the true number, it was unlike anything the world had ever seen. Every shelf represented centuries of human curiosity. Every scroll preserved ideas that might otherwise have disappeared forever. And yet, one of history's greatest collections of knowledge would eventually become one of history's greatest mysteries. Excellent. Many people believe the Library of Alexandria disappeared in one massive fire. It is one of the most famous stories in history. But the truth is far more complicated. One popular theory points to Julius Caesar. In 48 BC, during a conflict in Alexandria, Caesar ordered ships in the harbor to be burned. Ancient historians recorded that the fire spread beyond the docks. Some later writers claimed the flames reached warehouses filled with scrolls. Over time, many people assumed the great library itself had been destroyed. The problem is that the surviving historical sources do not all agree. Some accounts mention damage. Others never mention the library at all. Modern historians continue to debate exactly what happened. If Caesar did cause damage, it may have affected only part of the collection. The library could have survived for many years afterward. Another theory suggests the library slowly declined instead of disappearing in a single day. Empires changed. Kings lost power. Funding disappeared. Wars interrupted trade. Without constant support, even the greatest institution can begin to fade. Some scholars believe the library suffered centuries of gradual decline rather than one catastrophic event. Another important part of the story is the Serapeum. As the main library expanded, additional collections were stored in different buildings throughout Alexandria. The Serapeum became one of the largest and most important branches. For generations, scholars continued studying there. Then, in the late 4th century, religious conflict transformed the city. Ancient temples were closed. Some buildings were destroyed. Historical records suggest the Serapeum was among them. Whether priceless books were still stored there remains uncertain. Again, the evidence is incomplete. That uncertainty is exactly why the mystery continues today. No eyewitness ever left a complete description of the library's final days. No inventory survives. No detailed report explains what was lost. Instead, history leaves us with fragments. A sentence from one writer, a passage from another. Small pieces of evidence separated by centuries. Trying to reconstruct the truth is like completing a giant puzzle with most of its pieces missing. Perhaps that is why the Library of Alexandria continues to fascinate people today. It is more than a missing building. It represents humanity's fear of losing knowledge itself. Every civilization depends on memory. Without records, discoveries disappear. Ideas must be rediscovered. Progress slows. History repeats itself. Imagine if the works of great mathematicians had vanished before future generations could study them. Imagine if medical discoveries had been forgotten. Imagine if maps, scientific observations, engineering designs, and philosophical writings had simply disappeared forever. How different would our world be today? No one can answer that question. But historians agree on one thing. The Library of Alexandria became a symbol, not only of knowledge, but also of how fragile knowledge can be. Even the greatest achievements of civilization can disappear if they are not protected. For centuries, explorers searched for physical evidence of the legendary library. Archaeologists uncovered parts of ancient Alexandria beneath modern streets and even beneath the sea. They discovered statues, temples, harbors, royal buildings. Yet the exact location of the main library remains uncertain. Some researchers believe parts of it still lie hidden beneath the modern city. Others believe centuries of earthquakes, construction, and rising sea levels erased almost every trace. The search continues. And with every new discovery, another question appears. Sometimes, history reveals answers. Sometimes, it creates even greater mysteries. Today, the Library of Alexandria survives only in memory. Its shelves are gone. Its scrolls are gone. Its scholars have long since disappeared. Yet its influence never truly ended. The dream of collecting and preserving human knowledge inspired generations that followed. Centuries later, great libraries were built across the world. Universities expanded. Museums protected priceless artifacts. Archives preserved history for future generations. Each of them carried a small part of Alexandria's original vision: to gather knowledge, to protect it, and to pass it on. In 2002, that vision found new life. Near the ancient shoreline of Alexandria, Egypt opened the Bibliotheca Alexandrina. It is not a reconstruction of the ancient library. No one knows exactly what the original looked like. Instead, it is a tribute, a modern symbol of humanity's commitment to learning. Its reading rooms hold millions of books. Its museums and research centers welcome visitors from around the world. The building reminds us that while knowledge can be lost, the desire to seek it never disappears. Perhaps that is the greatest lesson the Library of Alexandria left behind. Knowledge is not immortal. It survives only when people choose to protect it. Every generation inherits the discoveries of those who came before. Every generation also carries the responsibility of preserving them for those who come next. The Library of Alexandria may have vanished, but the idea behind it still lives. Every book saved, every historical document restored, every scientific breakthrough recorded, every language preserved. Each one is another step toward the dream that began more than 2,000 years ago on the shores of the Mediterranean. History often remembers great battles, powerful kings, and mighty empires. But perhaps the greatest treasure humanity ever created was never a crown or a palace. It was knowledge itself. And that treasure has always been far more fragile than we imagine. If the greatest library in history could disappear, what should we protect today? Because the next chapter of human history is being written right now. And one day, it will become someone else's untold file.